back to my channel. It has been so long since I've done a live of me doing, well, really since I've done a live period, but since I've done my nails on live has been even longer, I think. I don't even know when the last time it was. But also, y'all, look what I found. I was cleaning out my closet the other day and I found my apron that I used to wear when I used to do nails. So I decided to throw it on while I do my nails today. Just a little throwback. And then two, I didn't want to get dirty, which I already had some dust on me from trying to set up. But I'm going to be doing my nails. I'm going to be doing a feel. As you guys can see, they are pretty grown out. I think it's been like 3 weeks since I last did them. And so I'm going to be doing that here on live with you guys, as well as catching up. Because how y'all been? What y'all been up to? As you guys know, hey. So, welcome to my channel. Sorry. Thank you, Angie. Hey, Tiana. Hey, oh, I don't want to butcher your name. Yamilet, I think that's how you say it. But as you guys know, or if you've watched any of my previous videos, because I mean, I haven't posted as much as I used to, of course, but I am now 28 weeks pregnant, or is it 27? Y'all been losing track. Time been going by so fast, but I think it's 28. Yes, 28. I'm 28 weeks pregnant. I'll be 29 on Saturday, so time has been going. Hey, Yummy. Okay, but yeah, so time has been like flying by. Anna, yes, this is my first baby. Thank you so much. But yeah, so I am not going to be removing this set. I'm just going to be doing a feel on them because I don't feel like taking these off, y'all. I hate having to soak my nails off. I've been feeling really good. I will say that my first trimester was not cute at all, but I was nauseous a lot. I was very tired. Like, I would take naps, a lot of naps throughout the day. I never take naps. And then as soon as my second trimester hit, it was literally like a switch and I regained all of my energy back. Now, this week was my first week of my third trimester, and I am starting to feel like a lot more tired during the day. I'm having to take naps again during the day and just taking it a lot easier because I have been getting a lot of like pain in my round ligament, which is basically in my groin area. And so the doctor said that if it gets any worse, that she may refer me to physical therapy. So hopefully it doesn't get bad or worse. But if it does, I don't mind going to physical therapy because it hurts, y'all. Like when I'm walking, like I'm limping. And it's not all of the time, but it's a good chunk of the time. Like I went and did some returns today at for Amazon. Just had a whole bunch of stuff that I needed to return. And then I went to Ross to just kind of see what they had. You know, sometimes you just gotta walk around and see if anything catches your eye, which I didn't find anything. But my leg was hurting and I was starting to limp. So I was like, let me just go home and go do my nails. So here we are. I'm about to do my nails. But again, it is going to be a feel. So first thing I'm going to do is go in with my manicure Flawless Pro E-File. And I'm going to be just filing down the acrylic a bit. I am going to be doing the same acrylic color that's on my nails, which is my Real Nude acrylic powder. Hey, for everyone that's just joining, my due date is September 20th, so I still have a little bit to go, but time literally has been like flying by. Like I started freaking out because I was like, I literally don't have nothing set up. Like we didn't have the crib, we didn't have nothing, which I feel like you know, I still have time, but I want to be able to like actually be a part of like the setup and actually enjoy, you know, like setting everything up and being able to help because I'm very hands-on. And so today we actually started, we did the crib. We still have to do the dresser and the chair. And I just wanted to get our essentials, but who asked? Anna, it's a boy. I did want a girl, but maybe next time. We have picked a name. Hold on, I'm gonna go ahead and turn the camera over so I can start working on my nails. But we have picked a name, but I'm doing like I'm filming my like nursing room setup, and so I think that's gonna be the last thing that we like post is the name, just because I don't know, y'all. I feel like I've been sharing everything when it comes to my pregnancy, and so I kind of want to hold on to the name for a little bit longer if I can. I mean, it's not, you know, some people be like, I don't want nobody to steal my baby's name, but no, I literally just want to wait till we post, not post, but we have a sign with the baby's name, and so we're just gonna display it then. Alrighty, so first thing I'm going to do is go in with my Flawless Pro E-File. I'm going to use it at about, 10,000 RPMs. And I'm going to just go in and start filing around that cuticle area just to file down the acrylic and then also removing that top coat. Yes, I can see the comments as I'm working. I may miss one or two here and there, but if I don't see it, just say something and I'll be more than glad to respond. But y'all, I started having to go get my toes done because now like I can't reach. My belly is in the way. Like at first I was so excited for my stomach to start showing because I feel like up until like, well, my stomach really didn't start showing till literally like 3 weeks ago, it seemed like. And so I was so excited for my stomach to finally be showing. And now it, like out of nowhere, it seems like from one day to another, it started showing. And now I can't do my toes. So my toes are currently blue. I went and got a pedicure done by one of the girls at our studio. And I'm not going to touch them today. I'm just going to leave them blue. Which my nails and my toes have not been matching lately for the same reason that I've been getting them done at separate times, but I don't mind. I'm going to go up to 14,000 RPMs. But yeah, so today we started doing our crib. For the nursery, I'm going with like, what would it be? Like a neutral, like minimalist look. Like I don't want too much clutter. I don't want too much color. Like I want to keep it very neutral and just very clean looking. So we painted the walls and stuff a while back, and we redid the floors as well. So the accent wall is like a sage green color, and then the other walls are like a really light like beige color. And then the crib and the dresser are like a wooden look. Somebody said, Carolina said, the first time I ever did my nails, like ever, as in the set, as with a set, wait. First time I ever did my nails, like ever, as with a set, you, girl, I don't know what you saying. That was Ocean Theme or something that had little turtle charms. And then I never went back to a nail tech. I feel like once you start doing your nails, like it's hard to start going back to or going to somebody else because it's like you know exactly how you want them. But yeah, somebody said doing my toes hurt my back. Yeah, I've like from me doing nails for 10 years, y'all, like my back I feel like it's permanently damaged. And so like I still get a lot of back pain as well, because that's really the main reason why I stopped doing nails 3 years ago full time, is because my back literally could not take it. And so like now with me being pregnant, I do still struggle with back pains, especially my, what is it called? Sciatic nerve. So like sometimes depending on like what I'm doing, like if I'm bending over too much or like picking up too much heavy stuff or just bending over a lot period, or after I've been on my feet a lot, yeah, it's like the top of my booty cheek on my right side will start hurting really bad. And like every time I take a step, it's like my nerve just hurts really bad. And so I feel like that comes from me doing nails and sitting for so long, because this had been going on for a long time. Yes, Anna, so that's what I was just saying, from doing nails for so long, like my back like used to kill me. And I used to go to the chiropractor a lot, but they basically were like, unless you stop doing what's causing the pain, like it's gonna continue. So like whenever I would go, I would feel like an instant relief going to the chiropractor, but it didn't help long term. Let me see. That's what I get for typing like a maniac. Yeah, I couldn't really understand what you were saying. Somebody said, last week I went to my mother-in-law and got my nails done and my toes done. I got epidural shot in my back for sciatic pain. Helped a lot. And see, you know how like a lot of people be saying that like once you get the epidural, like your back is never the same anymore as far as like pain wise. And so I'm almost like scared. Like I do plan to get it because I'm not brave enough like a lot of women out here that do it like all natural. And so I am kind of scared as far as like what it would do to my back. Like, is it gonna make it hurt worse? Because you know how a lot of people always post like I literally just in a post, I want to say this week on Facebook, somebody was like, my back has never been the same since I got the epidural. And so like it kind of makes me a little nervous because my back already be hurting real bad. So hopefully or prayerfully that's not an issue for me, but I do know that it's very common. So Tiana saying, honey, that's true. I had an epidural, but I literally held out on getting it. I can't see it. It went away. Somebody said, Jamilette said, I've been watching your videos for so long, just changed my email and using it because I got married and I got a baby girl. She's almost 6 months. Oh, congratulations on a baby. My sister just had, I just got my first niece, and is it blurry, y'all? Maybe I need to stay down some. But my sister just had her baby 2 months ago. And so it's been really nice to be able to experience a baby like firsthand. You know, it's different when it's like your friends or something. But it's like this is actually my niece. So I've been able to be around her a lot and actually be able to experience like a baby. And so I feel like it's been good practice for sure. And then also just being able to like get advice from my sister while it's still fresh on her mind. Like earlier when I was at Ross, like I'm texting her like, don't you use this brand? Is it good? So, you know, I feel like I trust her judgment. Queen said, let's talk about the cookie shop. Angie, I don't know, like, I know a lot of people are against getting an epidural, but I don't know if I'm strong enough to go without it. Or just doing, like, regular pain meds. Like, I don't know. Because my sister was like, girl, once they ask you, like, are you ready for it? She was like, just go ahead and get it. It's no point in, like, just sitting there hurting when you can get the epidural and make it a little bit easier on yourself. So I don't know. I feel like we just gonna have to play that one by ear and see how I'm feeling at the moment, because I don't know. Okay, here goes. Tiana said, honey, so true. I got an epidural. My back has never been the same since I did hold off on getting it until 45 minutes before I pushed. The pain was crazy. Thank God for strength. See, yeah, no, I feel like if I can get some that would help ease the pain, I feel like I don't want to be sitting there or laying there screaming, like, none of that. Like, give me the epidural. Like, my back already hurt now. It can't be that much worse. But that's just me. I don't know. Like I said, we'll have to play it by ear once I get there. And depending on how bad the pain is, I may try to toughen it out for a little bit. But if it gets to being too much, I'll lean up for y'all. Y'all put this shot in my back. But what about the cookie shop? What you want to hear? That's funny. Because a lot of people, so if you didn't know, after I stopped doing nails, I started a cookie business. And so, Jamila said, my back was killing me when I had my daughter. Yeah, mine definitely is starting to pick up a little bit more now that I'm further along. But yeah, back to the cookie shop. So after I stopped doing nails 3 years ago, I started a cookie shop. And the cookie shop basically came about because I was trying to like once I finished doing that or stopped doing nails, it was almost like, okay, like what's next, and it was scary because I had been doing nails for like 10 years by the time I stopped. And so I was just trying to basically figure out like, okay, what am I going to do next with my life? Like just going through a point in my life where I was, I guess you could say, just not necessarily confused, but just trying to figure stuff out. And because I feel like nails was no longer like fulfilling me when it comes to mentally, physically, emotionally, like it was just becoming too much for me. And so I was trying to tap back into like my hobbies. Like, okay, what do I actually enjoy doing? Like, what do I like? What makes me happy? And in like 2018, I think it was 2018, I started like baking just for fun, and I really enjoyed it because I feel like it relaxed me, like it just kind of cleared my mind. And so and when I started baking, I wasn't doing it for that long. Like it was literally like every now and then I would bake. But yeah, so I started back tapping into those hobbies, and I like started making cookies. And everybody, I would post it, of course, on my social media. And people started asking, like, like, are you selling these? Or, like, I want to try them, or whatever the case may have been. And so I was like, you know what? Like, that's not a bad idea. And so I eventually started selling cookies. And now our cookie business has grown tremendously. Like, we have close to, I think so far, we've been in business for going on 2 years now. Yeah, like going on 2 years. And like our Instagram has grown to, I think we're close. I think we're like at 92,000, 192,000 followers. Our TikTok is like almost at 100,000. I think, did this die? And so it's been doing really well. But that's kind of how the cookie shop came about. And so now, like once it got to the point where I couldn't handle it on my own, my husband started helping me. So it's something that my husband and I do. Yo, why is it stopping? And so we bake Mondays and Tuesdays, and then we send out orders on Wednesdays. And then we're usually like off from the cookie shop Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday we restock the website again. And so it's pretty laid back. Oh my God, I think this thing's about to go dead. So it's pretty laid back. Now that I'm further along with my pregnancy, it is getting a little bit tougher. Like Monday, y'all, I literally my husband had to tell me like, like go lay down. And he made me go get in my nightgown and get in the bed because my back had started hurting like so bad, to the point where like I was or not complaining, but like I could have cried. That's how bad it was hurting. And once I laid down and just kind of let my back rest a bit, it stopped hurting. But I definitely needed to take it a little bit slower that day. But it's because I was trying to get all of the cookies done in one day, because we had a doctor's appointment in the middle of the day, like at 1. No, it was like at 1. Yeah, we had to be there at 1. And y'all, we be there like 3 hours. Like, we didn't get out till like 3. So like those appointments are long. And half of the time we just be waiting. So that's what I don't like. Queen, do you like making cookies? Will you keep doing it? Would you open a bakery? So I don't think that I would open a bakery. Like, that's not my ultimate goal. Like, yes, I enjoy making cookies, but that's not like, I just don't see that for myself. Like, I don't want that. I don't want to have to worry about like a what do they call it, brick and more I don't know, but like a storefront. Like, I don't want to have to do that, because we already, hold on y'all, let me find another drill. This one's going dead. Well, looks like my other one's dead too. Let me see. I don't know where the charger for it is. But yeah, I mean, having a storefront is just not what I want for myself. But the way that we've been doing it, it's been working really well for us. We're able to work around our own schedule. We're able to control the amount of cookies that we make each week, especially like if we have something going on. We're able to, you know, put less cookies on there, or whatever the case may be. And so I enjoy what we have going on. I also sell our recipes and classes. Like, I've always enjoyed, you know, like the teaching part of stuff, or like just teaching period. And so I basically teach through my cookie content as well, kind of like I used to do here on YouTube, you know, teaching you guys how to do nails. Y'all, this thing is about to get on my nerves. And I don't know, when I moved into this room, I don't know what I did with that charger. Let's see. Found one. Let's see if this is it. Okay, so we're gonna have to switch drills, but thankfully I'm almost done filing my nails. So my baby shower is in August. I'm gonna have it like early August, so then that way, because I've been so anxious to like buy stuff, y'all, and so having to wait around until my baby shower come around for me to like buy, or be able to like buy what I need, I guess I could say, has been kind of hard for me. Okay, wrong way. Okay, so I switched over to my Melody Susie drill because my other one was dying. Let's see. It says, hey, I miss you, showing you love from Washington, D.C. You taught me how to do nails, and can you please do a video of cleaning the drill bits? I want to say that I had a video, or I have a video already up. It's just the older video, of course. But as far as my drill bits, I do have like a little metal brush that I use to like get, you see like that white stuff on there? So like just to get any of that product off. And then you want to make sure that you sanitize them. Basically just with a brush and some soap, some antibacterial soap. Just brush them off and then just put them in your barber side to disinfect them. And you want to make sure that you're doing this after each client to prevent of course, spreading of any germs or bacteria. Hey, Tamika. Juanita, I don't mind. Yeah, I don't mind. She said, are you accepting gifts from your followers? I don't mind at all. I don't know. I've always been very like, have y'all ever, well, I know I have for sure, like, where people will post, like their Cash App or, like, their GoFundMe or, like, the registry, and then they get so much, like, I understand some people, like, genuinely want to, like, just be able to support, but then I've seen where they get a lot of, like, not necessarily hate, but I guess it is hate. And so I feel like that I'm scared of that. And so when people have asked me, you know, I'm always like, well, you don't have to, you know, but somebody else told me, they were like, well, you know, like some people, like they genuinely love you and they support you and they've been watching you for so long, and like they're genuinely happy for you. So like you shouldn't take that away from them. And so when people have asked me, I just send them my registry list through like private or DM, or, you know, usually it's been on Instagram. I haven't really had nobody. I think you're the first one to ask me here on YouTube. So if you message me on Instagram, I'll be more than glad to send it to you. Which I feel like, yo, I've been buying stuff from my own registry. Like my best friend was like, I was like, what am I supposed to buy? You know, like, and she was like, girl, just put everything on your registry, you know, and then just wait till afterwards to see what you need to buy. But I was like, girl, I don't want to have to wait till after my baby shower. Like by that time, like I'm going to be wobbling around and like I'm not going to be able to do anything. And so I went ahead and bought yesterday, or not yesterday, but last week, I bought the crib, I bought the dresser, I got the chair, some shelves. And then today when I went to the store earlier, I was trying to see if I could find a rug. But that's all that I'm getting. And then that's all that I'm getting. And then I'll just wait till after my baby shower for sure to see what else I need to get aside from, you know, like the essentials. But if you do, I really, really would appreciate it, and would definitely mean a lot to me. Okay, y'all, this is my last nail. You guys know that it always take me longer to do anything when I'm on live from, you know, having to read messages and stuff. Okay. Alrighty. Feel like this is good. Alrighty, so I finished filing all of the nails down, so you guys can see. Adrian, you need to get on it, baby, because it's what time? I don't even know what time it is, but I was not trying to be up late trying to do my nails. And yesterday I had a girl ask me, she was like, oh, because if y'all have watched any of my videos from when we were working on our commercial property, we have a property that has like 3 salon suites. And so we have a girl that does hair, one that does nails, one that does makeup, and then we also have an event space. And so we did a tour for an event yesterday, and she was like, oh, my husband was telling me that you make cookies and you do nails. She was like, so let me see your nails. And I was like, not today. You know, I was like, any other day you probably could have got me, but not today. I was like, I got to do my nails like ASAP. So plus, I mean, it wasn't, you know, I didn't have nothing crazy going on my nails, which I don't even do crazy anymore. I just do a lot of nudes and natural colors. and keep it pretty simple. Okay, but after I finish filing my nails, I'm gonna go in with my cuticle pusher, and I'm just gonna push those cuticles back to expose the new growth and also help with reducing lifting. Let me read this comment. I was watching your IG cookie page and I was like, where do I know this girl from? Nails on YouTube. Yeah, so I get that a lot. I guess too, a lot of people be like, oh my God, like I know this voice. Like, did you used to do nails? And I'm like, yep, it's me. And I get that a lot on like TikTok and on but really on all of them, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. And they remember my voice from watching my nail videos, which is crazy because like the amount of people that like are into nails and also into baking, like it's been a lot of people. And so it's like, that's crazy how like we have a lot in common with other people and like not even know it. But the funny thing is, I used to always say that when I retired from doing nails that I was gonna be a baker, because like I grew up watching like Carlos Bakery on TV, and then like I've watched all of the baking shows on Netflix, and I feel like it's an art, you know, like doing all of that stuff. And so I feel like that it would be a good transition from doing nails to making cookies, especially like the decorative cookies and cakes and stuff. I feel like it would still like let me be creative in a way. And so I used to always say that, but I didn't think that I was going to be retired from doing nails in my 20s. But I guess everything happens for a reason, and it happens how it's supposed to happen. But now I'm going in with my 180 sanding band. I'm using my e-file at 11,000 RPMs. And I'm just going to go in and remove that shine from the natural nail only. And this is going to make sure that we don't get any lifting, and that of course the acrylic adheres to the natural nail, because our nails, they're shiny because our body produces a lot of oils. Those oils are in our nails as well. And so if we don't remove them and just apply the acrylic over the shiny nail, you are going to get lifting. So make sure that you do not skip this step. Let me see. Adrian said, I use full cover tips, plus I love Beetles. They were the first gel polish brand. Plus, I'm trying to find different methods because sometimes when I do my nails, they don't stay long. It's just a day. Yeah, so you're doing press-ons, I'm guessing. If you're using full coverage tips, then you're just doing press-ons. And even if you're doing press-ons, you still have to make sure that you remove the shine from the nail. And for press-ons, you don't have to like file them with a drill. You just have to go in and buff them. But it is very important that you go in and remove that shine. Because like you said, they literally would not last longer than a day if you don't. Like I've had these nails on for probably longer than I should. But I just, like I said earlier, like I hate having to do soak offs, especially if I got a lot on my plate. And tomorrow I have a lot on my plate. Today I had a lot on my plate, and so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to do another feel and call it a day. But yeah, tomorrow I'm in charge of making the mac and cheese, and my husband is making the brisket. So I feel like that says a lot about how much our family trusts us. Because I feel like the brisket and the mac and cheese, like that's the two most important dishes. Or to me, at least, they are. Let me see. I feel like I had missed the question. But what are you guys, do y'all have plans for tomorrow? Are y'all's family grilling? Like, we're going over my in-laws, and then I probably do something with my family on Saturday. I told my dad that I've been craving carne asada, which is basically the Mexican version of grilling or barbecuing. So we'll probably do that Saturday. And I'm excited because I feel like this second trimester, I have not had an appetite for nothing other than watermelon. Like literally before I started this live, I sat down and ate me a whole bowl of watermelon, and it was lovely. But I have not had a taste for much. Like I know a lot of people get like these crazy cravings, and I haven't experienced that, which is a good thing because I work out and I don't want to have to start from zero, like from scratch when I have the baby. Like I want to be able to have the baby, bounce back, and then just get back to where I was pre-baby. Okay, so next I'm going to go in with my primer and not the top coat, but the dehydrator. And then I also, like I showed y'all earlier, I'm using my Real Nude acrylic powder and my NC monomer. And when you apply the primer and the dehydrator, you apply the dehydrator first. That is going to remove any oils that may be left on your natural nail. And then you apply the primer right after. And like I said, you only apply this on your natural nail. Yeah, a lot of people say that they crave watermelon a lot. Like I've only been craving watermelon and spicy things during my whole pregnancy, which I eat spicy stuff, period. But the amount of spicy stuff that I've craved, like especially my first trimester, was crazy. And like I feel like spicy stuff that I used to eat were no longer spicy when I got pregnant. And so it was almost like I needed more, like I need more spice. And so, but then stuff actually started being spicy again. And my doctor was like, okay, girl, you're doing too much. Slow down. So I've cut back on pretty much all spicy stuff. I still eat it every now and then, but not as spicy. And that's how a lot of people were like, that's how you know you having a boy. Even though I was in denial. But everybody kept saying the same thing. When you crave spicy stuff, it's because you're having a boy. And they were right. Where's my brush? Okay. Let me see. I'm going to make spicy cabbage and pay my respect to my child's brother because he passed away. But he helped me while I was with my son's father and me and my son's father. I hate to hear that, but I definitely hope you enjoy yourself, and I'm sure he definitely would have appreciated it. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my number 14 acrylic brush. This is my Get Nail 32 brush. Like I said, I'm using my Real Nude acrylic powder and my monomer. So I'm going to go in, dip my brush in. Oh, I've been craving that too, Adrienne. I've been craving ramen noodles a lot. And my husband gets so mad because he's like, that's not real food. Like, stop eating that. Okay, so placing my first bead closer to the cuticle area, patting it down, and very gently just blending it in with the rest of the nail. And there are some little gaps that I'm going to have to go in and add more acrylic to, because before I started the live, I was filing underneath my nails because I don't like my natural nails long underneath. And so when I was doing that, I kind of chipped a few of my nails a little bit. But yeah, my husband gets so mad when he's like, what are you going to eat for lunch? And I'm like, noodles. And he's like, that's not real food. Like, that's plastic. He always says it's plastic. But I don't know. Like, I craving noodles. And I said, I crave ramen noodles. And they have to be spicy. So I guess it's the same thing. Spicy noodles. Okay. So like I said, just going in and adding a little bit of acrylic in some spots where I need it. But that's it. Blending it in. And y'all, the type of paper towels that you use is very, 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 very important, because before I used the Viva paper towels. Before I bought these, I was just using my regular paper towels that I use in the house, which are, the Sam's brand. And my brush would get so dirty. And so make sure that you either use the Viva paper towels or that you use the blue, like, mechanic towels. I don't know what they're called, but they're blue. And you can find them in, like, the auto section at the stores. But yeah, your paper towels definitely matter a lot. Making sure that whenever I'm applying the acrylic, I am being like very gentle when it comes to brushing it down or patting it down, because I want the acrylic to stay in this area because that's what I'm filling in. But of course, we just want to blend in the acrylic with the rest of the nail. But yeah, I think tomorrow I'm excited to eat, of course, my husband's brisket that he's making, my mac and cheese. My mother-in-law is making banana pudding. And then we're also going to have, of course, like hot dogs, burgers, chicken, baked beans. She's cutting up some fruit. So, of course, I got to have some fruit. I'm taking some of my cookies over there. And can't remember. I feel like we were having a lot of stuff. I don't know what other sides we're having. I know somebody's making cheese dip, but I can't remember exactly what else. And it's gonna be a hot one, y'all. So I ordered me one of those fans that you can put ice in and water, I think. And so when the air blow out, it's like a tiny AC unit, because just the regular fan don't cut it for me. Like, it's way too hot. And so I don't want to just be sitting in the house the whole time, even though, like, they'll probably be like, girl, go inside. But I want to be able to enjoy myself, and not just be cooped up in the house like I have been here at my house. And so I had to go ahead and buy that today, because I need to be outside for just a little bit at least. Let me see. And I want to say, what color y'all think I should do? I don't want to do red or blue. That's at the picture. That I wasn't even planning on it from the beginning. I just needed to do my nails. But I was thinking of doing like either a light blue or like a pale or like a springish yellow. What do y'all think? I need y'all's opinion. Yeah, I turned off my AC unit in here because it's loud and I'm getting hot now. But then too, I feel like it'd be too cold in here to where it make my acrylic dry so much faster anyways. So I'm gonna try to thug it out for a little bit longer. Let me see. Pale blue. No, like a pale yellow. If I do a blue, it's going to be like a dusty blue. So I guess it would be considered a pale blue. Adrian said, I love rice noodles or use Chinese ramen. And I put fish sauce, cilantro, and lime. And the Thai chili pepper just to give it heat. My dipping sauce is simple. Squeeze lime juice, sea salt, and black pepper. Okay. Oh, y'all. Another thing I've been craving is food from places around me that have permanently shut down. Like, I don't know why, but there was this food truck that my husband and I used to go to. And one day he went to pick up our food, and it was like, because it was like Asian. Yeah, it was like a Vietnamese food truck, I think. And I used to get noodles from there. Oh, they were so good. And then one day he went and they told him noodle wagon no longer. And y'all, when I say my heart was so, like, I literally was in disbelief, like, because we had just started going, like, not long before that. And so I'm like, no, like, you got to be kidding me. And he's like, no, like, I promise that's what they told me, like, noodle wagon no longer. And so every now and then I call the number to see if they changed their mind, you know, like maybe they decided to go back into business, but I feel like that I need to find them on Facebook, which I have found, of course, their business page. But I need to find, because it was family owned, of course. And so I want to find the son or daughter or somebody and be like, hey, like, when your mom cooks, can y'all please just sell me a plate? Like, I want some pad thai. Just sell me a plate. I'll pay double for it. But I just want it. And I have not been able to find no pad thai as good as theirs. Like, at all. So I have hopes that one day they'll come back and I can eat it again. Somebody said, do summer colors, touch of pale colors, like soft. I've been wanting to do like that dusty blue, so I may do that. But also, I want to say that I may be wearing yellow tomorrow. So that's why I was thinking of doing like a pale yellow. But I have to see if I can even find one in here. I literally have like a whole laundry basket looking thing full of nail polish that I had in my nail room when I was still doing nails. But I really haven't been wanting to do like super bright colors. Like this last time I just had this with a top coat. And I actually liked it. And I was getting a lot of compliments on the color of the acrylic. So I wouldn't mind just keeping this again. Okay, so finish this hand. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the exact same thing on the next. And then also I've been craving, have y'all, well, I don't think it's too many of them, but have y'all ever had a Genghis grill? Like we had one here close to us and they shut down. And ever since they shut down, which I literally had not even been to it, like maybe in like 4 years, y'all. Like literally it had been 4 years since I went. And then they shut down and like my little heart was broken. My husband was like, they shutting down because you haven't been. That's why they're shutting down. But we found another restaurant that is literally the exact same. I think it's just like a local one and not like a franchise. And we found it, well, my sister found it a few weeks ago and I've been twice since. And I was actually thinking about them today. But my husband was like, when you find something that you like, you want to eat there like every day and then you get burnt out. So he's like, I don't want you to get burnt out. So I'm not taking you once a week. He was like, we're going to spread it out. So I didn't want to ask for it today because we just went last week. So, but it's pretty much the exact same thing, like same concept and everything as Genghis Grill. Okay, y'all, have to turn my AC unit on because I'm burning up. So hopefully it's not too loud. And since I'm right here by the phone, maybe you guys will be able to hear me good. If it's too loud, let me know if it's way too loud and I'll turn it off. But hopefully it's not. I feel like too, when you're doing nails, like it has to be either not, like it has to be a good temperature, not too hot, not too cold. And y'all seen how my acrylic was starting to dry up faster. I think it got too hot in here. So now I have like a lump right here in the center. Is it not too loud, Adrian? I see you said it was okay. Hey girl, how are you? Welcome to the chat. Y'all, where did people get that from? I feel like these young kids just be coming up with so many new words, and then we be lost over here trying to figure out what it means and where they get it from. Cause I guess we get old. We don't be in the loop no more of knowing what means. I feel like my thumb came out very not cutesy. Hey, sugared eclipse nails. I'm doing well. I have been very productive today. Hold on, girl. Let me focus on this nail before the acrylic just drip everywhere. But yeah, I've been doing well. Like I said, been very productive today. My husband and I put together our baby's crib, and then I went and did some Amazon returns, and then I came home and did my nails and had some watermelon. But my go-to brush is, of course, mine. Before I started using my own brushes, or before I came out with my own brushes, I was using Alpha brushes, which I absolutely loved, but then they went out of business. I can't remember why. I know before they went out of business, because I was one of their ambassadors. And so before they went out of business, they were emailing, like, I guess some of the people that they work with that, like, whose stuff sold really well. And they were basically asking, like, if they wanted to buy the company. But at that time, like, it was, I wasn't thinking, y'all. I probably should have, because, I mean, their brushes were really, really good. But I think it said that their expenses had got way too high and they weren't able to cover it. So I don't think that it would have been a smart move. But I used to really like their brushes. And we even did a collaboration where I had my own brush through them. I don't know if you guys remember. This is a while back. Just trying to make sure my acrylic is nice and smooth, especially around that cuticle area. Wait, what? Wait, what is going on, Adrian? She said, oh my gosh, I thought I was the only one. 1 minute we're in high school listening to Kelly B2K and saying what's the 411, and us girls were wearing the flared jeans with glitter, to now we got this garbage. I mean, when you say this garbage, are you talking about like music wise? If you are, I definitely agree. Like, most of my playlist is like older R&B music, and like I try to give the new music a try. Like, when I'm driving, like, I'll go to my Apple Music and just like listen to like new, I think they have like an album that says new in R&B or R&B now and stuff, and I'm literally like skip. Like, I don't like anything. Like, I don't know, I feel like the music now is not as good as what we used to have. I feel like nowadays everybody is heartbroken, which I guess, I mean, I understand they got to make music, you know, because there is a lot of heartbroken people out there and hurt people. But it's still people out here that's in love. Like, I don't want to hear about if this, if that, you did this with this girl, that with that girl. Like, I don't want to hear about that. Like, let's be in love. Like, play some so I can be in love. But like, I feel like, of course, the music makes a huge influence on a lot of the younger generation. So like, when it comes to the rap music and stuff, like, that's a whole nother thing. Like, I feel like it's getting a bit out of hand. And you would think that the older generation, would be trying to make a difference, because like, I mean, that these kids are our future. Like, you would want better for them, but instead they're steady making all of this music that just influence them to not do right. If that makes sense. Y'all, now my husband got on here telling me some, hey baby mama. He used to hate him. I mean, he used to hate when I call him. No, I didn't used to call him baby daddy. What was it? I don't know, but I personally don't like the term baby mama and baby daddy. So, going on playing. I like to say it when it comes to, how some people be like, that's my baby daddy. Like, some people like it, I don't even know if it's them liking it, but I mean, they don't care about it. And so when people say that, I be like, oh, that's such and such baby mama, or that's such and such baby daddy, like that, I don't have a problem with. But as far as calling him my baby daddy, you my husband. You're my husband, I'm your wife, and you are my child's father, not baby daddy. But ain't you supposed to be cutting the grass? What are you doing on my life? You trying to come check for me? Whatever. Yes, so I do have my brushes available. I have this one, which is the number 14, and then I have another one that's a little bit smaller, which is a number 12. And my website is getnailed32.com. Yes, y'all, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share. I feel like I want to be able to, or not be able to, but I want to start, which I guess I waited too long because now I'm going to have this baby. But I do plan to like share, of course, my experience in my life once I have my baby, and kind of transition I've already transitioned my content on Instagram and stuff to like more family based, but I want to start sharing more of it here on YouTube. And so I want to make sure that I forgot what I was saying, y'all. I had a little brain fart. But yeah, I think Adrian said something about the music. Yeah, the music is definitely a no for me. Now, every now and then I do get excited when I find a new song, but for the most part, my playlist is very much old school for sure. I don't know how I skipped this middle finger. I feel like my work on this right hand is giving sloppy, but like I said, I think this room was getting too hot, and so my acrylic started drying too fast. But once we file them down and all that good stuff, they'll be good as new. Let's see. Thank you, Tanya. Let's see. One more bead and we'll be done. Yeah, I feel like a lot of the new artists, Adrian, have literally been like one hit. What are they called? One hit one. What? How do you say it? It's a one hit wonders. And I feel like that's like they get real lucky one time. One of their songs do real good, and then after that they kind of disappear, which I hate it for them because it's like, girl, you know, you got the spotlight on you. Do what you got to do. You know, keep it going. But a lot of people, I don't know. I feel like they maybe, I don't know if maybe it's too much for them. Yeah, one hit wonders, and it's like I don't know if it gets too much for them or what, but they kind of go MIA. Okay. So I finished applying the acrylic. Again, I used my NC acrylic powder in the shade Real Nude. So you guys can see it. Thank you, Tanya. You as well. Make sure you take care of yourself, be safe, and eat good. Okay, y'all, let me go get a file real quick. Alrighty, so I finished applying the acrylic on all of my nails. Oops. On all of my nails, this is what they look like. And so now I'm going to go in and reshape them. I am going to be keeping like this tapered square shape. I may go in a little bit more narrow if I need to, because I feel like I said earlier, I followed the bottom of my nails, and so I chipped a little bit on the sides, and so I am going to go in and file a little bit. So just going in, holding my file really straight against the nail. And then for the free edge, just same thing. Holding the file really straight. And just like that. But like this, I need to go a little bit more on this side. Go in. Just like that. You can see the big difference. So same thing on all of them. Yeah, so this is the thickness of my nails. Have a nice apex, but not too thick on the tips. And that's what you want. Oh, and thank you, by the way, sorry. I feel like one of the, okay, so I've gotten my nails by like multiple people, gotten them done by multiple people since I stopped doing nails. And one of the things that I'll say that everybody has done is not applying the acrylic close enough to my cuticle to where literally within a few days it looks like I already need a feel. And then also not applying the acrylic and the nail tip all the way on the side, and so I literally would have a gap like where you can still see my nail on the side. And I don't say anything because I don't like to be the type of person that, you know, like says anything, but it like, I guess because I know how they're, so you know how they would look if I did it myself, it kind of just like makes me cringe a little bit, you know. But I don't know, it seems like everybody, like I said, that have done my nails has done that. Okay, and then when I'm filing the tips, I like to use the edge of the table so I can get some stability and get that shape really straight. Just like that. Okay. See, it's crazy what a good shape would do. A shape will literally make or break your entire set. And it's all about holding that file really straight against the nail. And same thing when you're doing the free edge. So cute. Yeah, because my nails literally had lost their shape from me not doing them sooner than this. Okay. Yeah, Adrian, I have not been wanting to add it's been so long since I've added stones to my nails, because even though I wear gloves when I make our cookies, I'm just so like scared that one of my rhinestones is gonna pop off and end up in somebody's cookie. So I just rather do unless I'm like going on vacation or something, I just rather just do polish and no bling, because I think I did my nails one time with stones since I've been having my cookie business, and I was so paranoid the whole time because one of my charms, it was a charm, it had went missing, like it fell off my nail, and I noticed it while I was doing nails, and I was like, while I was making cookies, and I just knew like, oh my gosh, like somebody is gonna choke on the nail charm and they're gonna sue me. But I ended up finding it in my bed. I guess somehow I ripped it off in my sleep and didn't realize it until I was making cookies. But I just rather keep them with polish, and yeah. Okay, so this is what they look like after I just reshaped them. Very clean looking. So now we're gonna do the same thing on the next one, or on the other hand. Turn this back over here. And I cut my nails down the last time I did them, because y'all, I cannot work with long nails. I don't see how I used to wear long nails, because now like I literally was struggling to do pretty much anything. Let me see. Adrian said, I most definitely remember you doing those Bratz nails. I want to see you do some Bratz Rock Angel nails. Girl, they look so good on you. You give it a sexy look. If I did, girl, it'd have to be on some press-ons, because like I said, I can't work with nails long nails anymore. But I have to look that up. I haven't, like, y'all, since I have not been doing nails, like I have not been keeping up with like too much of what's trending when it comes to nails. Like, of course, I see stuff every now and then on my Instagram, but y'all know how like the algorithm changes so much depending on like what you look for, I guess. And so right now my Instagram is full of babies, pregnant women, um, baby clothes, and baby shower stuff. Like that's all that's all that pops up on my Instagram. So even like to find I was, before I started the live, I was on Instagram trying to find like nail inspirations, and I really couldn't find much because I haven't been looking for nails. Okay, going back to the edge of the table, getting that free edge nice and straight. Yep, just like that. Oh, are you saying like, Adrian, are you talking about like the big black thick boots? I want to say I know I seen a video of somebody recreating outfits from like the Brats, and they all had on like the big rock star looking boots. Is that what you're talking about? Hey, lights, glamour, and fashion. Thank you so much. Okay, y'all. So when you're doing your own nails, what would you say is the hardest part for you? Would it be applying the acrylic or shaping them, or what would it be for you? Because I know, I mean, of course, you know, with practice, you get better at doing your own nails. But sometimes I feel like it still can be a little bit hard. I feel like for me, I would have to say the acrylic application. Especially if I haven't done my nails in a while, it's almost like I forget how to do them a little bit. So it takes me longer. Nail art, filing, yeah. Yeah, the filing too can be a little tricky for sure. Okay. The filing for sure, like I said, the acrylic application, really everything. Like it really takes some real talent to be able to do your own nails, and patience for sure. Patience and what else? And dedication, because a lot of people will give up like on their first try. And so you really got to be able to, or you really got to enjoy doing it, you know, to for you to keep going, because there's plenty of people that have started to do nails, and then whether they're doing their own nails or other people's nails, and you can tell when it's something that they don't truly enjoy and are passionate about, because as soon as the first little inconvenience comes, like they stop doing nails. And I really think that a lot of it has to do with they see other people out here thriving from doing nails, and you know, making good money, and they're like, okay, you know, like I want to make good money too, you know, like I want to be doing good too, so let me start doing nails. And then they start doing nails, and like I said, it's not something that they're truly passionate about, and it's not their true calling. And so when something happens, they are quick to give up. So, and that goes with anything, you know, not even just nails, but just anything. Okay, I'm excited. This is the last nail we're shaping, and then we'll move on to the filing part, and then buffing, and then polish, and that's it. Alrighty, so this is what my nails look like after the shaping. I feel like this one, yeah, I forgot that last time when I did my nails, I cut them down and I didn't cut my thumb down far enough. So that one needed to be cut down some. Then I have to file down a little bit on the free edge since it's a little bit on the thicker side. But that should be good. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back in with my e-file, and I'm gonna be using my fine drill bit. I'm gonna use it at, what is this? Let's go to 15,000 RPMs. And so whenever I'm filing, I'm focusing around the cuticle area to make sure that it's nice and sealed, so that way we don't get any lifting, and we don't get any moisture or anything trapped under the nail, because then if we do, it's gonna cause the moisture to get trapped underneath the nail, and it's gonna cause your nail to get a greenie, and we don't want that. But after I file around the cuticle area, I also file the rest of the nail to make sure that everything is nice and smooth. But you always want to make sure that while you're working, you're steady moving your e-file. You don't want to leave it in one spot for too long, because it will cause friction and it's going to cause your nail to burn. So keep it moving at all times. And then also, as I'm shaping or filing, you guys see that I'm positioning my pinky on the side of my finger, because it helps me with stability. If I was just going in there like this, like I literally, I'm not even playing, like I have no stability, and I feel like I'm just going all over the place. So putting that pinky on here really allows you to be able to move your drill wherever you need it to go. But yeah, the cuticle area is definitely the most important part, because you don't want the nails to lift, and then you also want them to be nice and flat and flush. And even though they're of course artificial nails or fake nails, like, you want them to look like they're coming out of your cuticle and not just a big lump back there. So again, going around the cuticle from the right side all the way over to the left side, making sure that as I'm working, I'm steady keeping my drill bit moving, so I'm not just keeping it in one spot. And we're gonna do that on all of them. And like I said, I am using my e-file at 15,000 RPMs. Now all e-files are different. I know for sure my McCart one is a lot faster than this one, so I usually wouldn't even use my my e-file at 15,000 RPMs if I was using my other my McCart drill. Adrian, she said, hey Janice, Stranger, I guess. Well, I guess, do you say that because you haven't seen me in a while? But Adrian said, I have one more question. I've been using matte nails for a while. Is that okay? When you say matte nails, are you just saying like you're doing a matte top coat over your polish? Is that what you mean? Like, that's the first thing that came to mind. If so, then I mean that's completely fine. If that's your preference, that, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I know, Janice. I promise I try to do better, but between, I mean, my cookie business and our other business, like, time is very limited. You know, and sometimes um when I do my nails, like, it's almost like I'm well, a lot of the time when I'm doing my nails, like, I gotta hurry up and do them for an event or something. And so rarely do I ever just have time to just like sit down and like take my time like I am today and just really enjoy the process, I guess. So I'm definitely gonna try to like plan ahead so I can hop on here and talk to you guys a little bit more. But Adrian, if you're doing, are you doing acrylic over the full coverage nails, or what exactly is your process? Because I know this is you said it earlier that you use full coverage nail tips. So are you just doing full coverage nail tips and doing polish over them, so like press-ons, or are you using full coverage nail tips and doing acrylic over them? Alrighty. So I finished filing all of my nails on my left hand. This is what they look like, very nice and clean. And so now, let me dust them off a bit. So now I'm gonna do the exact same thing on the other hand. Okay. Let me scoop this down. And same thing, whenever I'm doing my right hand with my left hand, I do start off by filing down some of the nail first, or like trying to even it out first, and then I focus around the cuticle area. So basically just the opposite. And then this one I had to file down a bit underneath because it was the one I cut down, so it was pretty thick. But yeah, so same thing, just going around the cuticle. And it is a little bit harder for this one because I'm not really able to get that stability that I need. And so I just have to go a little bit slower and just really take my time. Yeah, I wonder what time. Well, never mind. My husband's not gonna. He's out at his mom's house cutting the grass, and I was gonna be like, hey, you want to go to that? What is it? Not Thai, Mongolian grill place, but that's like 30 minutes away from us. So I don't even know what time it is right now. And he's gonna be all sweaty and grass all on him. So I'll save it for another day. Cause oh well, never mind. I made spaghetti last night, almost at 10 p.m. I was up because I got hungry and I wanted spaghetti. Hey Dennis, Janet. So are you saying like in general, or are you just talking about like right now? Right now, I have this drill set to 15,000 RPMs, and I did have to switch earlier because my other one dead, but this is the Melody Susie drill. And like I said, I'm using it at 15,000 RPMs. Uh, Stabilizing with my ring finger. I don't, hold on. It's kind of hard. Like that. I guess it's helping a little bit, but it's a weird position. Let me see. Janet, so I was telling them earlier that I have not had like any crazy cravings. I have been craving like a lot of watermelon, which I've always loved watermelon even before I got pregnant, but now I want to like every day. And then other than that, my first trimester, like I was wanting to eat a lot of like spicy food, which usually that's normal as well. Like I love spicy food. But once I got pregnant, it got to the point where it's like I want more spicy. But I did have to cut down on that. Okay, let me see. So you said, Dennis said you have to hold the hand piece exactly like you would when you're doing your dominant hand. So like this, and then do my ring finger. Ugh, I don't, I don't think I'm doing it right. No, I don't, Alyssa. I don't change the direction of my drill. I've tried it before, and it just does not work for me. Hey Erica, so I am due September 20th. So we're only sounds like we're only a few weeks apart. But yeah, so spicy food, watermelon, and then lately, like I just started my this week was the first week of my third trimester, and I literally have not had a taste for much. Like what was it? The day before yesterday, it was like 9 p.m. and I had a heavy lunch, and so I wasn't just like super hungry. And so my husband was like, "No, like you still have to eat something for dinner." And so he's like, "Come on, let's go." And so we live pretty far out from everything. The only thing we have close to us is like Pizza Hut and Sonic and a few local like restaurants, but we're not like huge fans of them. Um and so he was like, "Come on, I'm gonna take you somewhere." And I'm like, "Where?" And he's like, "I don't know. I'm just gonna drive and you think about it." And so we like driving all around town, and then eventually I was like, "You know what? Just stop at this food truck." And I ended up getting me some tacos because I literally could not think of anything. So I just like I feel like you can never go wrong with tacos. And so I was like, I'll just get tacos, like forget it. And so that's what I ended up having, I think at almost 9 p.m. So I have not had many crazy cravings or appetite, period. Jamisha said, "My birthday is 9/25. Tell the baby to hold off for 5 more days." Girl, if anything, I feel like he's gonna come sooner because They said he's measuring a week ahead, and my husband was like 9 pounds when he was born. His son was like 8 some pounds. So I feel like my baby is probably going to be right around that size as well, or weight as well. And so I feel like that he most likely will come before my due date. But I think I seen somebody asked earlier, was I excited? I am excited. I feel like the closer it's getting to the date though, like the more nervous I get, or I'm getting a little bit. Like I asked my husband yesterday, I was like, should we be taking like parenting classes or like something? Like, is there somebody to like, what, like, how do I know what I need to do? Like, and he's like, it's gonna come to you naturally. Like, a lot of the stuff that they teach you are things that are so generic that, I mean, you may or may not use. And then plus too, as I mentioned earlier, my sister just had her baby 2 months ago, and so just getting her like just hearing her experience and getting her recommendations and stuff on stuff has been really helpful, because it's like very fresh on her mind, and like, you know, she's experiencing it right now. So it's been really helpful. And then just being around my niece, she's, like I said, she's only 2 months, and so I feel like it's been good practice, because we don't have no babies in the family. Like my youngest cousin is now 9 years old, and so it's been a while since we've been around a baby, like real close and personal. But yeah, I am excited though. Just a little nervous, which I'm sure it's normal. Nessie, oh really? Well, I think I want to say that I have heard that first time babies come a week or two early. And the crazy thing, I really hope so, y'all, because my stepson's birthday is September 23rd, and my due date is September 20th, and then our wedding anniversary is September 30th. So it's like, okay, what were we thinking? You know, like I need a little bit more time in between each one, because I'm the type of mom, like I throw birthday parties, like, and so I want each one of them to, you know, for me to be able to throw each one of them their own separate parties, because I personally wouldn't want to share a party with somebody else, even if it's my sibling. Especially my bonus baby, like when he comes home with us for the summer and stuff, or for Christmas, I throw him a welcome back party, and so he's always like looking forward to it. And like, since we're not going to be able to go to Florida with him for his birthday, because he lives in Florida, since we're not going to be able to go to see him for his birthday because it'll be so close to my due date, he was asking if I could throw him an early birthday party. So most likely, well, I am going to, so it'll work out, because, you know, of course we want him to still feel that love for his birthday, even if it's a little bit sooner. And we had still planned to send him a cake, send him gifts and all that good stuff, but I'm sure he'll enjoy being able to celebrate it with his family, with all of his cousins and family here. So I need to plan for that soon, actually, because he leaves the first week in August, and so I need to be planning that. Actually, I didn't even think of that. But yeah, so that'll be the next party that I'm planning. I might end up having it somewhere, to be honest, instead of, because usually I throw the parties like here at the house and stuff, and like do all the decorating, but I may not be able to then. So we may end up just having you know, a party somewhere, like maybe Main Event or something like that. Which, well, he had his last one at Main Event. I don't know. We'll figure something out. Maybe a water park. That'd be nice. Keep them nice and cool and having fun. because it's getting a little too hot for me. I may do that actually. Now that I think about it, we have a big theme water park, um, maybe an hour from us. So I'm gonna see if my husband is up for that. Just taking him out there, still being able to do a cake and stuff. Sounds good to me. But yeah, anyways, I do hope that he comes a little sooner for sure, so we can have a little bit more space, you know, in between each birthday party and our anniversary. Because our anniversary this year is looking very much in the living room with the new baby. Okay, so got them nice and smooth. Whew, y'all, my back's starting to hurt. Janice, yes, September is definitely very busy for us. Well, busier now once the baby comes. Somebody said, Adrian said, wow, that's my dad's birthday month. He was born September on the 15th, but he passed away on March 14th of 2024. Oh, Adrian, I really hate to hear that. Wait, so somebody said, let me see, who was it? Nails by Nessie said, first baby normally comes 1 to 2 weeks early, and then Dennis said first time babies usually are up to 2 weeks late. So I feel like everybody's experience is always so different, and I feel like it's been like that for everything. When like people give me like, I guess parenting, or not parenting, but pregnancy advice, I feel like everything everybody say is like so different. And so I told my husband, I was like, I don't know, a lot of the stuff that people tell me like kind of stress me out, because I don't know which one, not necessarily which one's true, or I guess maybe which one would be true for me. But like I said, I know that everybody's experience and stuff is different. So we'll see if he comes early or he comes late. We won't know till the time comes. Maybe we should do some sort of like, I know, right, Dennis? I pray that I don't. I pray. Well, okay, so I am 7 months pregnant right now. I'm 28 weeks. I'll be 29 weeks on Saturday, and we just had our doctor's appointment, our last doctor's appointment on Tuesday, and they told me my baby is 3.2 pounds, and he's in the 75 percentile, whatever that means. So I know they say that the baby doubles in size once you hit your third trimester. So hopefully we can stay in the 6 or 7 weight range, because I really hope that I don't have to have a C-section. I just know that of course the recovery is longer, and I don't want it. Thank you, Danielle. Thank you so much. But what I am excited about as well is that one of our very close friends, they're expecting a baby as well, and we're only like 3 weeks apart. She's 3 weeks behind me, and this is her third baby, so we'll see if hers come sooner or later. Alrighty. So finish buffing all of my nails. Just dusting them off really good. Dusting my arms off because it's dust all over the place. And then let me go ahead and clean up a little bit before we start the polish. So I want to say that I may just end up going with the baby blue because I already have it in here. And I don't want to have to leave out of here and go try to find a yellow that I like in my big laundry basket looking thing that I have full of nail polish. Let me make sure my camera is clean. Looked like it had a little dust on it. Okay. So let's see. Okay, so I have two that I'll let y'all pick from. Let me see. Yeah, so it's gonna be between those two. Yeah, I was gonna do baby blue the time before last that I did my nails, but I ended up going with green because green is now my new favorite color. But okay, so I have this one, which is more of like a dusty blue. And then I have this one, which is, oh, this is a builder gel. Okay, so it is gonna have to be this one, the dusty blue one. I don't know if that's the one on the left side, Dennis, but that's the one. We're gonna go with this one. It's called Russian Blue by Madam Glam. Y'all, I used to work with Madam Glam a lot, and then, you know, like I started working with them when I didn't have as many followers or as many subscribers. And then once my subscribers started going up and up and up and up and up, they didn't want to pay me, like, and so I stopped working with them, but I still have a lot of their polishes. I don't even know if they're still in business. Are they? Do people still buy Madam Glam? And I really, not trying to toot my horn or whatever, but honestly, I feel like I was one of the first ones that started like promoting their products, and they started doing really well. Like they even had me doing their live videos of like new collections that would come out, and then they didn't want to pay y'all's girl her worth. They only wanted to pay me like 100 per video or 150, something like that. And it's like, no, the price is the price. The price done went up. I think at that time I already had probably 500,000 subscribers or so, or close to it, if not at that time. But yeah, but that's what we're using today. Just wanted to give y'all a little backstory. Being messy. Adrian said, I think so. I didn't buy anything from them yet. Danielle, yeah, I don't see anybody posting them anymore. So, but like I said, not too many nail stuff pop up on my page because of the algorithm. But y'all, I don't even know what I'm about to do. Hold on, let me dust myself up. Whew. Okay. Let's see. I guess we're just gonna wing it. So, well, this brush is way too thin. You can go in with this one maybe. So I know we can maybe go in with a French tip. You can never go wrong with a French tip. So I'm gonna do a French tip on my thumbs. Or should I do, yeah, maybe a French tip. Let's see. And I like my French tips pretty low. I'm just using my brush to make the outline, and then I go in and fill the corners in. Yeah, this is a really pretty blue. I never really worked with Kiara Sky, to be honest. I want to say that I maybe reviewed a few of their acrylic powders, but not many at all. One of the companies that I used to work with a lot when it comes to acrylic powders was a company named um, JC Beauty, I think it was, and I used their acrylics for a while. But basically the same thing happened with them, where they literally ended up owing me, like, I want to say it was like over $1,000 in commission that they never paid me. And so I stopped working with them, and then after that I was like, you know what, like, why am I stressing about these companies not paying me my worth? Let me just start my own nail product company. And so that's when I started selling my own acrylics, my own monomer. I actually have 2 sets of nail polishes and all that stuff, so, and nail art products. And so that's kind of how that went, because I was tired of being screwed over by these bigger companies. No, I don't really like doing too much on my nails, to be honest. I like to keep it very cutesy and minimalist. Now I do. Before I used to go all crazy, y'all, but now we like to keep it classy. But that's a really pretty blue, and it looks really good with the nude acrylic. Okay, let me go ahead and cure this thumb, because I don't know what I'm doing on the rest yet. I wish I had my other phone so I can look up an inspo or something. Yeah, since I haven't been doing nails in the last 3 years, I haven't worked with any nail companies at all. The last one that I was working with before I stopped doing nails was Macart. I'm pretty sure you guys have heard of them, and their products are like really affordable, and I really like them. I still use a lot of their products as well. Like this lamp is also Macart. My drill is Macart. My dust collector is Macart. Like, I have a lot of Macart stuff. Let me see. How can I practice nail tech stuff without the materials used? You really need the materials to be able to get started. And it's really good to buy like good quality products, because the cheaper stuff literally will make you want to quit as soon as you start. Like, no joke. Like, they're that bad. Okay, so I'm gonna do, oh, I seen one where, okay, let me see. I'm gonna add some black, maybe, or white. I'm gonna add some white. I seen a design that somebody had did with like some polka dots, and I'm gonna incorporate that in here. I think I want to do it on my pinky. So it basically was like, it'll be blue dots and white dots, and then they'll go get smaller. Let me see. Like that, and then white on the side. That's kind of cute. I may keep it. Okay, I think I'm gonna keep it. Yeah, I ordered a Walmart. Uh, will I have to book the hour they would need to decorate with the time I need the building for? Let me see. Okay, so just kind of flash curing it. I think I'm gonna do another French tip on this now. Y'all know these French tips take a lot of concentration, so give me a second. Trying to make sure it's nice and even on both sides. Yeah, thank you, Kiara. Yeah, I feel like the polka dots are like super super simple, but I have really liked that design when I seen it. Adrian, so the actual like nail art things really don't matter, but when it comes to like your monomer and your acrylic powders, like those definitely, and your acrylic brush, those definitely will make a huge difference. Okay, so I see somebody said, Lady Fashion Week said, how do I choose a good nail tech school? Because I want to get into nail tech, but I don't know how to vouch out the curriculum to see if they teach good nail art techniques. So the best thing to do, to be honest, is to schedule a tour. Or no, so a lot of schools do service days where like people, like normal people are able to go in and get a service done. And so I always used to recommend for people to just go in and like, schedule to get a manicure or a pedicure, just anything. And once you are there, ask the student, just ask them like, hey, so how do you like it here? I'm thinking about, um, I'm thinking about starting, starting or not cosmetology, but nail school. But I'm trying to find a good one, and just be honest. And a lot of the time, like, I feel like for me personally, like I'll be completely truthful with somebody because, like that's their money that they're having to spend. So I would be 100% truthful, like, you're really not gonna learn much, or whatever the case may be. But I would say just do that, and just word of mouth, honestly, maybe finding some people that graduated from that school, and seeing if it'll be worth it for you. Should I do another polka dot hand or nail, or let's see, I'm just gonna do something random, maybe some random lines. But yeah, like I said, I definitely would recommend for you to just go before you even put like sign, or not even sign, but apply for a tour, or you know, whatever. Just go in as like a client off the street, you know, just wanting to get their nails done and kind of get a feel for it, because you'll be able to feel, you know, the vibe and stuff from just walking in the door. But I know a lot of schools, and when I say this, I'm just speaking out of, you know, my experience. And when I went to cosmetology school in 2000, right after I graduated high school, so it was like 2015. And a lot of the schools, like, and anybody would tell you, like, we're literally just here for the piece of paper, because we didn't learn much, or it was like the bare minimum. And so that's how a lot of schools were. I don't know if, you know, they've gotten better or what, but that's just from my experience. I'm over here just going wavy line crazy. Okay, should I leave it alone, or I might just leave it alone? I may, you know what? If I can find my gold chrome, I may add some gold to it. Not sure. I don't, well, no, I don't even know where my sponge is. Kiara, yes, I definitely agree. A lot of people would just, or schools would teach you just the fundamental when it comes to, or really a lot of the like sanitation and stuff. They focus a lot on that. And then of course, like your fundamentals, like actually applying acrylic, shaping, you know, stuff like that. But the nail art for sure, that's something that you kind of just do on your own. Okay, should I leave the ring finger just nude, or should I add something to it? What do y'all think? Let me see. Yeah, I was gonna try to see if I could find my chrome powder, but there's no telling where it is. Okay, Kiara said a white French. Y'all think, what y'all think? White French? If I don't get no comment in 3, 2, 1, we're gonna go with the white French. Okay, white French tip it is. But yeah, see, when I did the cosmetology program, well, okay, so I did the whole cosmetology program because when I was in high school, I did a cosmetology program there. And so um, by the time I graduated high school, I already had 700 and some hours. And so I didn't want those hours to go to waste. And then my plan was for like whenever I got older for me to like be a cosmetology instructor. And so I was like, I might as well go ahead and get my cosmetology license, since I already have the hours and I'm gonna need it anyways for, once I get older and don't want to be sitting behind a nail table doing nails all the time. I can teach. So that's why I went ahead and just did the nail program instead. Y'all, this one I did it a lot thicker. Let me go tone it down some. But yeah, so my point of saying that is that I already knew how to do nails when I went to cosmetology school. So like the nail part of it was like little to none. And really they had me teaching most of the nail class, since I already had or knew how to. Like the nail section was like probably a few days. And that was it for nails in cosmetology school. So thankfully I already knew how to, because if somebody went to cosmetology school to try to learn how to do nails and that's all they got, I definitely would have been trying to get my money back. But in cosmetology school they focus a lot on, of course, the hair part. Okay, so Nessie said white French tip with blue dots. Should I make the dots go all the way down the nail, kind of like I did with this one, and just do the dots all on the nail? Is that what you mean? Adrian, I don't want to do diamonds because I'm scared for my diamonds to fall off when I'm making cookies and somebody end up with a diamond in their cookie. Okay. Let me see. So Nessie, did you want me to do the dots going all the way, like all on the nail, like I did the pinky, but just all blue? I may just keep it French tip, to be honest, because I don't want the dots to be right next to each other, like on my pinky and then on my ring finger. Or should I do the maybe white dots on my thumb? Which I think maybe white dots on my thumb instead of, because I don't want the dots to be side by side. So maybe do white dots all down my thumb. If I don't like it, I'll take it off. I feel like these were crooked. Too big. No. Oh yeah, I messed them up. I gotta start over. Okay, let's try this again. Okay. Yeah, I feel like this is too much going on for me. But it doesn't look bad. I don't hate it. So we're going to go ahead and cure it before I change my mind. Because, yeah. Okay, but after this, I'm going to go in with a top coat. And we're going to call it for today. Well, I'm going to do my other hand off the camera. Because I need to go in this house and drink some water. I left my water inside. So, let me see. Kara said, where you started in the middle of your nail, not going all the way back to the cuticle, maybe just one row. Look a little too late, girl. I think I got a little out of hand with them polka dots, but it doesn't look bad. Lady Fashion Week. So when it comes to making your nail business profitable, is really just the main thing is making sure that you keep your clients coming back. So, you know, of course, having good customer service, I feel like that's what a lot of people in the industry lack. I feel like for me, one of the things that really helped me is that whenever I like got a new client, I make them feel comfortable to the point where I'm not just, you know, like, oh, it's a new client, more money or whatever, you know, like for me, it's actually building a relationship with those clients, because that's what's going to keep them coming back. Like making them feel comfortable enough to continue coming to you, and just keeping them on the schedule. So like all of my clients were on a 2 week appointment schedule. And so before they even walked out the door, I already knew that I needed to put them down for 2 weeks, you know, and they all kind of already had, you know, their day of the week that I knew they could come due to their work schedule. And so just building those relationships with your clients is one of the things that I feel like is really major with any service industry. And I feel like we don't get enough of that. Nowadays, it's just you go and get a service done and that's it, you know, and it shouldn't be like that. Like I feel like that more people should be, and I'm not just saying like you need to make them your best friend, but you know, which don't get me wrong, a lot of my old clients I still keep in contact with. We're friends on Facebook, you know, I became close friends with some of them. Like that's just how I built my clientele, and I feel like we need more of that, if that makes sense. And I feel like that's really the key to having a good business. And of course, having your you know, your policies, and making sure that people are abiding by your policies, whether, you know, it's the late fees or, you know, the cancellation fees. Because I feel like that's where I went wrong, is like since my clients had been coming to me for so long, I let them get too comfortable to the point where, you know, like they'll cancel the same day, or like no call, no shows, and just be like, girl, I forgot, you know, or I fell asleep. And so making sure that you enforce those policies from the very beginning, to make sure that people don't like run over you. But I feel like once that started happening to me, like that was towards the end of my nail career, I guess I could say. And so it's like by that time I was already getting burnt out. So to be honest with y'all, like I was at that point where it's like, oh, I hope, you know, such and such cancel, or I hope such and such don't come, you know, and it's just because I was just mentally drained from it. So like I said, just establishing those rules and policies and sticking to them and making sure that your clients, you know them as well, whether that's putting them on your website, on your wall, you know, just verbally telling them, but just really sticking to them for sure. Okay, so I did the top coat, and I actually like them. They're different. I haven't done much nail art lately. It's been a lot of just nude and or a French tip. So this is different from me for right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and cure this top coat, and then I'm just gonna do, but no, that'll be it. So like I said, I need to go get some water, stretch, let my back rest before I do the next hand. But let me see, I'm gonna change the camera around so you guys can see me before I go, if I can. Okay. Hey y'all. So but yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. I know it's been a while since I've been on live. I used to do my lives like a lot, but I don't do my nails as often, so it's hard for me to like get on here and do them. Or like I said earlier, like a lot of the time when I do my nails, it's like I'm in a rush to hurry up and do them because I gotta go somewhere. And so I was glad to be able to just get on here and be able to socialize with you guys, because since I don't do nails anymore, and with me having a cookie business, I don't socialize with too many people, you know. Like, of course I talk to my few friends that I have, but other than that, like, I don't really talk to nobody other than, like, say on Instagram somebody may message me about some, reply to a comment or something. That's the only other socializing I do, but that's it. So it definitely felt good to be able to interact with you guys here on live and just chit chat with y'all about random stuff, you know, whatever we talked about. And so I definitely really appreciate you guys for tuning in, and I'm about to show y'all my nails. So I am gonna save the video, and the other hand is gonna be exactly the same, but the live will be saved, so you can go back and rewatch the whole thing if you need to. But it was a feel. So here is, hold on, let me flip it back over. Alrighty, so here is the final look. So we did the blue French tip on this one with the white polka dots, the squiggly lines on the index finger, French on these two, and polka dots on the pinky. And I really do like this blue that I decided to do. So thank you guys so much again for watching. Like I said, I'll try to do these a little bit more often, but we'll see. I am doing a video on us redoing doing the nursery, so I'll post that. And so you guys should start seeing more of me also once the baby comes, and just showing, you know, like my journey. Y'all want to see my belly? When I put this apron on, this is the apron I used to wear when I used to do nails, y'all. When I put it on, I was like, oh my god, like, who would have thought I was gonna be pregnant? Like, sometimes I still can't believe it, y'all. But let me show y'all my belly. Whew. I needed to get up, but it seems like my belly just, like, from one day to the next just blew up, y'all. But anyways, again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm gonna go ahead and take a break, come back, do my other hand, and I will see you guys next time. And yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I hope y'all eat good. I hope you guys stay safe, and see y'all soon.